Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Junior.
And my chest hurts.
And we're the Nerdy Bros. Again with the complaining. Why this isn't like some sort of medical podcast.
It's my memoirs
And my
of,
chesticle hurts.
How my health deteriorates and I just eventually die on this podcast.
We can only hope. What the fuck?
I was trying to do that old man breathing that you hear sometimes.
All right, I don't know what's happening.
That's Austin Powers, right?
Yeah. A mole.
A mole. And we now have that mole. Listen, I just want to point out that I realize there's a very large mole on my face. What? Where's that mole? And I also want to point out the irony that I'm myself, in fact, a mole. No one would make that connection. Anyways.
Go ahead. Mole.
We're not supposed to talk about the bloody mole, but there's a bloody mole waking me every hour.
I'm going to cut it off and chop it up and make some guacamole out of it.
Better? Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys noticed, we got rid of Batman. And I finally assembled the Avengers.
Ooh. I like how you said that.
From the, these are Funko Pops, obviously.
And this is an old set too, right?
Not an old set. It's older, 2 years ago they came out. But they were coming out one piece at a time on Amazon. And I had a lot of them. I was only missing Iron Man and Hulk. And Hulk was the last one I got right after Christmas. I had the other ones still sitting in boxes. And I decided to assemble them and place them here. And we'll probably rotate them. Of course, since we have a green screen, when it's Hulk's turn, he might look black. Because the green will just go away. I don't know, maybe...
it was gray, because there was that one
time...
Yeah,
you're right. It might be gray because the green that we use is a little bit, brighter. So, yeah. But, yeah, he probably won't look like Hulk. But the rest of them should look fine. Anyway, Tito?
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode. What was last week's episode?
We played video games.
Oh, that is the one we did. Oh, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. With Junior's playing Dark Souls, that was our kind of first attempt at that. Well, second attempt at that. First time doing it correctly. Big shout out to Junior for being pretty quick to figure all that stuff out.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I did figure out how to edit it.
And not necessarily, it's not exactly what our format's going to be. I know our good buddy James Easy3000 reached out to us, talked to us a little bit about how he enjoyed and disliked kind of what that episode of the podcast brought. But we still thought that'd be something cool to kind of throw at you guys every now and again. So I definitely feel like, and I mean, this happens every time Junior and I play video games on the podcast. We're not the best at multitasking, and it's not that we can't talk and play video games, but it's more so because usually we have in-depth conversations on the show. It's hard to keep those going and maintain focus, especially when we're playing games like Dark Souls.
Yeah. If we were playing something a little bit more mindless, it might have worked a little bit better.
Yes. Definitely more mindless would be a little bit easier and just staying on track. But yeah, so I hope you guys like that, and let us know if you did or you didn't, or anything else you'd like to maybe see us play. But anyways, we'll kick off the show right at the start, just like we always do, with something called Junior's Hot Take. And this is part of the episode where we ask Junior about something new and upcoming and get his hot take and hot opinion on it. And Junior...
And Tito, I have a question.
Okay.
Is this supposed to be red or are they supposed to be green?
No, they're supposed to be red.
All right, then we're all good. Disregard.
Don't, God, come on, man. This ain't my first rodeo. If those aren't...
Okay, I asked a question.
No, it's too late now.
You said we're good, so we can just keep going.
I feel insulted. We wouldn't be able to record if I had... I can't push play if those are still green.
Okay.
Anyways.
The hot take.
There's a new Lord of the Rings show coming out on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we've talked about it before.
The Rings of Power. But this is the first time we got a teaser trailer.
And the name.
Yes. Did we not have the name before?
No.
Oh. Well. What are your hopes and dreams for this show? As a longtime standing
Again,
fan
we've already talked about this, and we already knew what it was going to be about. So the only thing
I feel like we mentioned it. I don't.
No,
really think
we've
that
talked about it a few times.
like in depth though.
Like literally 2 weeks ago, this was the show of this was my most anticipated show
Oh, this is
of
yeah,
2022.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we didn't have a name, and there was like there was like a picture that came out a few months ago that we were able to see that showed like an elven city with like an elf that was like in the foreground of the picture, and it was like he was standing on like a cliffside and he was looking out at the city.
I like that word, foreground.
So there's where what art school got me. But anyways, so we got that picture like a couple months ago. Now we got an actual teaser, which was basically just the reveal of the name, which is the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power.
And we also got someone essentially just regurgitating what Galadriel says at the beginning of the first movie.
Right.
Although it wasn't said exactly the same.
No, it wasn't.
Which I feel like is kind of silly. Like, why not just say it exactly the same? What was the point in changing a couple words?
I don't know, because, again, I don't know how far away they're trying to stay from the movies and stuff. But, like, again, if they would have used well, here's the thing. Because they probably can't use the exact writing because that's probably owned by, like, New Line Cinema and Peter Jackson and all them.
Peter Action Jackson.
So they probably can't use the same words. So they slightly deviated from the words. That way it can't be like copyright as them stealing writing. That's probably exactly why they did it. Otherwise, they probably would have used this same exact words, which they probably could have just asked, like, hey, can we buy these words? Also, can we just have Kate Blanchett's and we'll just reuse hers?
Don't you think they'd somewhat be working together? I mean, they're still technically using the Lord of the Rings in the name.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know what is all owned by New Line Cinema or, whatever. And also, who knows? Maybe Amazon owns New Line Cinema. I have no idea, dude. That's like getting into the weeds about it. More just what they did was
Into the thick of it.
They showed us they revealed to us the title, and we got this really, really cool little teaser. And what's really cool is I saw behind the scenes, none of that was CGI. All of that was practical. They actually had somebody pour like molten steel like into these things, and like the molten steel was actually traveling along the grooves of the wood, and it was actually creating that fire. And I saw like the camera was basically like 1 inch away, just like hovering over it and like getting all these really cool shots. When I saw it, I was like, damn, that's badass. Because immediately when I saw it, I was like, this looks like CGI. And then when I saw it and I was like, holy shit, it's not. That's amazing. So yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, like I said, this is my most anticipated show for 2022. I think it's coming out, excuse me, in September. So we have to wait quite a while.
Do you know anybody that's going to be in it?
No, I don't know if. Yeah, no, I don't.
Like no actors list has been.
No,
put out
I
at
mean,
all?
I feel like they're probably already done filming it, if not getting towards the end. No, but they're probably keeping everything super hush hush for as long as possible. So I have no idea what actors are going to be in this. But I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's like it's Amazon. They have money. I don't see why they couldn't have some people like. But again, it's weird because, people complained about how Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings looked older when he was supposed to be younger in The Hobbit. So if like they asked Sir Ian McKellen to play Gandalf again, this is now this is 20 years or 25 years after The Lord of the Rings came out. So he's 25 years older and he's supposed to be way younger because this is going to be taking place in like the Second Age, which means it's like 1,000 years before the Lord of the Rings, and he's going to look 25 years older.
But he's I just thought that was like his form. I don't know, like thinking back on it, I guess I didn't really notice too much of a difference between like the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings with Gandalf's. I thought,
that was like 10 years.
Yeah, but I thought he just looked the same. Like I didn't think he looked younger or older in either version of it.
Well, like I was telling you, Viggo Mortensen is like now the same age that Sir Ian McKellen was when he filmed The Lord of the Rings, which was like 60.
Yeah.
And Viggo Mortensen was like a spry little, like probably 39-year-old or 40-year-old man at the time. So, I don't know. I mean, there's talk of there's gonna be, if we don't get Gandalf and like Radagast and Saruman, then we are finally gonna get the other two blue. Well, not the other two. The two other wizards, the Maiar, or the Maiar. And they're both blue wizards because Gandalf is gray, Radagast is brown, and Saruman is white.
Saruman the White.
So the other two we just never hear about, but I guess they're finally going to get introduced. And I don't even think they have names in the books, which means they basically going to get to have like free reign on like naming some of these characters and stuff like that that go unnamed in the books, which is pretty cool.
Do you have any predictions for the show? Because I kind of have one.
The only thing that I know of is that this is going to, I mean, based on the name, we know that this is probably all going to be about the forging of the rings of power. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably get a lot more elf stuff, which is cool because like I enjoy that stuff because we didn't really get, the only elf thing that we got was like Legolas in the original trilogy, and when they visit, and we get like Rivendell, and Lady Galadriel, but we got like a little bit more stuff when they visited Thranduil, Legolas's dad, in The Hobbit, and that was only in the first one. So I'm hoping that we get to see more elven cities and stuff like that. That would be really cool.
Definitely.
But yeah,
I kind of feel like the show would end right before the fight at the beginning of the first movie.
That's a long time to cover, though.
Well, it doesn't tell you how long, like, the rings were forged, then there's...
These, like, huge battles are what defines the ages, though.
Yeah.
So that battle
because, I mean,
ends the second age and starts the third age.
Yeah. But and we looked this up when we were watching all 3 of the extended cuts with your best friend, Nick. What was that, last month, right?
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Because we looked it up. Because from that first fight, when Isildur cuts off Sauron's fingers, to when like Gandalf goes and meets Frodo, there was an assload of time that passed. And apparently, there's a shitload of time that passes from when Bilbo leaves the Shire to go to Rivendell.
Yeah, it's like 16 years.
And then Gandalf comes back and just
does is it secret? Is it safe?
Which they don't explain at all in the movie.
But apparently it'd been like 16 years since Gandalf left to go do all this research on the ring.
Yeah, which is hilarious. But yeah, so there, I mean,
it just goes to show that Gandalf isn't like all-knowing. He's not a god.
Well, I feel like Gandalf probably knew about, like, I think he knew about the ring. He just didn't know that was the ring.
Right.
One ring to rule. Because it said what? Gollum has the ring for how? He has the ring for, like, over 100 years, I think.
He has the ring for way longer than that. Because hobbits only live to be, like, 100 and something, and Gollum's, like, 500.
Okay, yeah.
He had the ring for, like, 300 and something years or something like that.
So, yeah, a bunch of time passes that we know nothing about.
Remember, I did the research, like, when Isildur dies...
Isildur!
When Isildur dies and loses the ring, the ring stays lost for like 500 years or some shit
before it gets found.
Before it gets found again by Gollum.
Yeah, and then,
well, technically it gets found by the other guy.
Yeah, and then Gollum Moitus or Smeagol.
Yeah.
What status, precious?
So it's like a long, long time. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be a long time if these are when the rings are getting forged. I don't think we're gonna get to the battle. They would have to be. I mean, unless nothing significant happens in like 50 to 75 years, there's gonna have to be huge time jumps. Like, we're not talking about like 10 years. We're talking about like 100 years. There would be like 100 years later, and you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't know. I don't know enough about the lore back then, and I don't know if it gets explained even in the book series.
There's certain things, like I said, in the Silmarillion, and now we're getting like way into the weeds of this, but like the Silmarillion is basically like the Bible of that, and then there's like the Untold Stories book that was also written by J.R. Tolkien.
I mean, but that could be a potentially
so he wrote
Google
stuff.
Search. I'm just saying I
there,
don't know.
But he didn't go through here's year one and he wrote something happened in each year.
No.
It was like
yes.
He would write like, okay, in the 75th year of the First Age, there was this big battle, and then there was this happened, and this person was born, and this. So like
that's not but that's not covering anything what I'm talking about. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? That's exactly what you're saying.
No, all I'm saying is
it's not going to cover 1,000 years. There's no fucking way.
You don't know that much time passes between when the Rings of Power were forged and when they rise up against Sauron. We don't know what that time gap is. You're just guessing. You don't know how long it was. That's what I'm saying. That's why my prediction is just that it would culminate at that fight. The show's going to be called The Rings of Power.
I don't think so, because I don't think the first episode is them forging the rings. I think that's going to happen I bet that if this ends up being a series and not just a one season show, that they don't even forge any rings till the very end of the first season.
All right. So see, there's your prediction. All right, cool. That's what I was asking.
I just predict that the show is better than you think it's going to be. I asked you to watch the teaser and you didn't watch it.
No,
and for somebody who claims to be a fan of the Lord of the Rings, I'm surprised at you.
I haven't been feeling good the past.
Right, and all you've been doing is sitting on your phone, which means you could have watched it at any time.
Or just trying to
60
sleep.
seconds.
Yeah, well, I've been distracted. Anyways, moving things along, we go to a fan favorite segment known as
Anime is an important part of our culture.
And for this week's segment, real quick, Junior and I, as we've talked about in the last couple episodes, have been super into D&D lately.
Yeah, what? Sure. I told you we could just talk about this about what we've been watching. There's really nothing new. There's nothing new. Segment over. No. All right, Tito, what have you been watching and what have you been doing?
I hate you.
Even though you already said you haven't been doing anything because you've been feeling like shit.
That's very true. Well, we started watching Record of Lodos, which is an anime that's essentially just what looks like a D&D campaign kind of being played out. It's like a 90s anime.
No, it is. It's from 1990. Yeah, like it was almost an 80s anime.
It's 100% a 90s anime.
Complete with really weird ass intro song that doesn't set to what it's like, some sort of like not even a power ballad. I don't even know, like it's like almost like some sort of love song. And it's like this woman singing, but in the background there's like dragons and shit, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Kind of reminds me of One Piece's first song. Come along.
Oh hell no!
All your hopes.
That's way more upbeat than this.
That was the only thing that I could compare.
One Piece.
Also,
One Piece is also a 90s anime.
But we're watching that. A few episodes from finishing season 1. It's all right. It's not bad. It's definitely kind of gory.
It isn't that. That was the thing that surprised me the most. I was like, oh my God, this is so bloody. Yeah, I think that's really the only reason that I'm still watching it.
Is that it was bloody?
Yeah, it was because
I'm waiting for more beautiful one-liners.
Because like the story at the beginning, well, like the very first episode isn't super captivating, but then that second episode is, and then from then on it just gets better and better. But yeah, the first season is only 12 episodes.
13.
13, right? And there's like, they're like 22-minute episodes or whatever. And yeah, we're on episode 10, so we have 4 more to go. I mean, definitely you could just sit down and binge this in one sitting.
Parn, you will have many.
That was the other thing is like the names. The names are really weird, and the voice acting's not that great.
It was like they tried with some people, and with other ones they didn't.
Yeah, like the dwarf's name Geem. I'm like, all right, I can give you that one. The main character's name is Parn.
And then the rogue's name is Woodchuck.
And the wolf's name is Deedlit, which is just what?
What did you say? The wolf's name?
The elf's name. Did I say wolf? I
think
meant
you
to.
said wolf.
If I said
The
wolf,
wolf's
I
name-
meant elf. The
Deedlit.
elf's name is Deedlit, which is just like that's not an elf name. Like literally, look this shit up. Like D&D had been out for fucking 15 years already. You could have found a better elf name than that.
You have many people come at you from behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Truer words have never been said.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad. I've been watching this other anime. It's called Tact OP Destiny. It's actually kind of cool.
Sounds like a mech anime.
No, it's not. It's these meteors crashed into Earth, and it was like this black meteorite crashed into Earth, and then it resonated, I think, with music, and it ended up creating these creatures called D2s that hate music. Or I guess they hate sounds, and more than anything, because music sounds the way that it does, and it's got a good melody and stuff, they hate that. But then this other meteor kind of crashed, and it ended up bringing music carts with it, which essentially are these. I don't know if they were essentially would be kind of alien beings, that fight through music. So you have a conductor and then a music cart, and they fight together against these D2s, which sounds a little silly. Whatever, I don't know. Essentially, what you have is you have a maestro who's got his little maestro on, and he's doing this stuff, and then he has his music cart that just kicks ass and takes names, and the fight's pretty cool.
Sounds weird.
The main character is the only maestro that I've seen though that when he goes to fight, his right arm disappears, and then his music cart dons a bunch of armor, and that her weapon is just super badass too. It's like a laser rifle, but then she can reconfigure it to turn it into a sword. I don't know. Some of the fight scenes have been cool. I have 2 episodes left. There's only 12 episodes.
Is it new, old?
No, it's relatively new because
but you don't know if it came out 2018, 2019.
No. I think it was last year.
Oh, okay.
So
doesn't sound like something I'd like.
Okay, yeah. I was checking that out, and that was pretty cool.
And then you've been watching you've still been watching a whole bunch of.
I'm almost done with
D&D stuff.
sophomore year, Fantasy High. We kept up with the second episode of the
Starstruck.
Yeah, Starstruck on Dimension 20. I haven't watched the new episode of Critical Role yet for episode 10 for campaign 3.
I'm trying to watch. I think
I've heard you start the first episode twice, and it
not twice. I started it the other night when you were sleeping, and I fell asleep while watching it and made it 30 minutes in. I remember everything that happened in the first 30 minutes. And then I kept watching it, and then I was trying to watch it yesterday while I was working on some stuff, but it was hard to pay attention and focus on what I was doing. So I was like, I can't watch this right now. I need something mindless. But yeah, I've been watching Record of Lodos as well. I finished Mayor of Kingstown, which was fucking amazing. Seriously, if you have Paramount Plus and you haven't seen this show, it's really good, starring Jeremy Renner. It is amazing. The story is really good. The season finale was fucking insane. Episode 9 is like crazy as shit. But anyway, it was a good ass show for the first season. I can't wait for season 2. See what else.
You know what? Like, actually seems like it's been getting kind of like good reviews, and I'm kind of interested in watching now. And originally, I was just like, I don't care about this. Peacemaker.
Yeah, I heard. I did care about watching. I wanted to watch it, but yeah, I heard that it's really funny and like really good. I mean, it's like meant to be kind of like he takes himself too seriously that it's so funny.
Yeah. But like a lot of people are falling in love with the character Vigilante on the show, which is either his partner, sidekick, or whatever's going on there. But yeah,
well, I think his partner is the big fucking bald eagle that he has.
Oh yeah. There was like a scene I saw. I mean, it's 100% CGI, but he's in like his garage, and the bald eagle is literally like wrapping their feathers around him, like giving him a hug, and I was like, Jesus Christ,
that's hilarious. But yeah, also. I haven't, we've just been into so much D&D that I've been trying to like watch anything like D&D-ish that I can. I finished the 3rd season of, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Didn't really like it. The first 2 seasons were good. The 3rd one wasn't really my cup of tea, so I'll just have to wait for the new season to hopefully come out. I watched Your Highness, which I've seen plenty of times, but I watched the unrated version, which I'd have to compare the two because I don't really remember I didn't really notice too much of a difference between the normal theatrical and the unrated one, but it was still fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen that, obviously it stars James Franco and Danny McBride and Natalie Portman.
They don't even make things that are unrated anymore, right? Like, because at this point, because unrated back in the day was literally like, oh, we took out like someone who was topless, and I feel like that was just like
really,
or like something that was like, oh my gosh, like this is so raunchy.
They just take out. There's still movies that come out like that. You'll get like
really.
Yeah, like especially when you get like red band trailers, like those are the one like they're not gonna show that trailer like in theater.
But I still feel like the entire movie comes out. I don't think any like at this point in this day and age, I don't think there's anything that you could just be like, that's too raunchy, or like, no, we're not gonna do it. Like,
I definitely believe.
I can
totally look something up.
No matter what, like you're not gonna actually get porn in a movie. So I feel like they're never gonna cross that line. So what could you not put in a movie that hasn't already been in one?
It's not. I don't think that it's just nudity.
No, but I'm saying that's always what, like, as a kid, that's what I always remember it being like.
No,
this
that's
is the
what
unrated version, and it was just like a scene of like topless women, or freaking like a wiener.
I don't know. I like Role Models has an unrated version.
Yes, and guess what the unrated part was?
I don't know.
It was boobs.
When? See them when they're in the woods.
Yeah. But it was the.
So what? Another set?
It was the teacher. Yes, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what it kind of ended up being. It was the teacher. I'm pretty sure that what's his face? Ronnie's role. I can't think of Sean William Scott. It was her. I think in the like regular version that you got to see, when she took her dress off, I think she was still wearing a bra, and then in the unrated, she was topless when she took her dress off.
I don't know, dude. I don't think that's true, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to Google this for the next 15 minutes to prove you wrong.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think that's true. I think there's unrated versions of certain movies that, like, off the top of my head, all I can think of is comedies. But like, there's probably like some unrated version. Of an action movie or something that. I mean, why couldn't it be super gory? There's certain stuff that was just like, I shoot you a couple times and you're dead. And the unrated version, it was like, yeah, instead of a handgun, we shot the same scene, but he had an Uzi, and it looks way worse with an Uzi.
Okay, so again, even if I give you that, and that was before, my original point was nothing, like you don't get an unrated version at this point anymore because it's already been done. Wouldn't you say that it'd be
What's
stupid?
already been done? You
like
have to
something
pay
like that.
for stuff.
No, but-
HBO gets away with doing stuff because you have to pay for it. It's not cable.
Yeah, but I'm talking about movies. We're not talking about HBO.
HBO has movies.
Oh my God, Junior. Well, I'm talking about like movies that are coming out, that are being made and then just coming straight out.
You're talking about HBO doesn't have coming out straight out movies? And so does Netflix.
You're splitting hairs with what I'm actually trying to say.
I'm not splitting hairs.
Yes, you are. And and the thing is I know you know exactly what I'm trying to say.
Deadpool had an unrated version.
What did it add? And what
I haven't seen it, but Deadpool had an unrated version.
No, they didn't. They did a
No, they
child
did.
version.
No, they did a PG-13 version. I'm sure that there was an unrated version.
You're sure? So now you don't know.
I just said I'm sure, which is literally what means I know.
Well, my basic point is if it's been done in a movie already, why would that then become like something that's unrated?
I don't understand. You're saying because they've shown boobs before, why isn't all boobs just free?
No, not why is it? Oh, first of all, it wouldn't be free in general because you'd still be paying to see a movie no matter what.
No, but you're saying if it's been done before, why can't it just always be done?
Yes, which is why.
Because unrated exists, you fuck. Like, what the hell is the matter with you? That's why the unrated thing exists, to get away with more stuff. They show a theatrical release, and then there's an unrated version.
But I don't think they do it anymore.
And I think that you're wrong.
I also asked you when the last one was that you heard about, and you couldn't come up with one.
Cause I'm not constantly trying to, because the unrated ones never come out in theaters, so you'd only see it if you went to a store to go buy movies. I don't buy movies anymore. I never go to the movie section to buy movies. Everything comes out on TV or on a streaming service. And if I want to buy it, I just digitally buy it on Apple, and now it's mine forever. And I can watch it on my phone or my computer or my TV. I don't have to walk around with a physical copy. So I don't know when the last unrated movie is. R applies to movies that have strong language, sex, and violence by accordance of the MPAA. Unrated is a cut extended with raunchier content that has not been seen by the MPAA. So that means they give a movie to the rating people, and then they decide to rate it PG-13. And if somebody wants a PG-13 rating, they will tell them you have to cut this scene and this scene for it to be PG-13. And then they cut those, and they become it. And then if they release the next one, that's when it becomes the unrated version.
Yes.
Even though technically that would have just probably been a rated R version.
Yes.
But if they already get a rated R version, they probably go, you can't have these two scenes. That's too much. So then they release a further edition, and that becomes the unrated, which means it didn't, that, like it said, it wasn't rated.
It wasn't
That's what becomes unrated.
Yes, that makes sense. I have no issues with that.
So by definition, there you go. Everything gets told. Like, a PG-13 movie can have one fuck. That's it. If you put two fucks in it, then it's rated R. So if a movie, they'll probably say, like, you're allowed 2 topless scenes, and that will make it rated R. Any more than that, and you can't do it.
But
it
they
won't
don't
be
do
rated
any more,
R.
They don't do any more movies that are rated like past R though.
No, they got rid of the X.
Yeah.
The last movie that's like an actual movie that was rated X was Midnight Cowboy, and that's from like the 1960s or 70s.
Mm-hmm.
that was like the last. Might have. I don't think it was the first, but it's the last that I know
won, like,
of
awards,
rated
too, I'm
X
pretty sure.
movie. Yeah, because it's a really good movie, but I guess it's like basically almost like softcore porn at some points. So, I mean, and there's been movies that take it to a whole nother level. Remember those two movies that came out like 8 years ago? Those Nymphomaniac movies. Those were like actual movies, but it was like essentially porn, but like not like not like where hey, I'm the pizza guy, and then they open and they're like, whoa, nice cock. It was like an actual 2-hour movie with actual story and just a lot of sex scenes. But there was like actual penetration and shit like that. Like this was like a legit movie. And there was like a part 1 and a part 2.
Oh, I didn't remember any of that. I don't think so.
This was like a huge thing that was going around when they first came out. They came out like years ago. I think they were like,
well, doesn't that sound more like a documentary versus a...
No, because it wasn't a documentary, because it was a movie. Like there was a story. It wasn't a documentary.
But they were doing real sex?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm sure that the people that signed up for it were not,
Well, yeah.
It's not like fucking Charlize Theron is the actress. It's like people that you've never heard of. But yeah, I'm sure both of those movies were unrated. Obviously, there's no way they would have gotten an R rating. They were, I'm sure, both unrated movies.
I mean, even if they didn't show anything, though?
Again, that's taking out a bunch of shit.
No, it's not. I mean, you could still do a sex scene without showing anything.
No, but you're not listening to me. They show you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact that this movie was like...
No. I don't know.
Like,
You already said that they showed it. Yes, I get that. But like, imagine any sex scene that we've seen in a movie
I
that's
also
been
think
tasteful.
I also think that there's lengths. A sex scene can only last like 45 seconds, 30 seconds,
That's
or
probably
whatever.
also true.
So like,
But imagine if every single sex scene that you've ever seen on like in any movie or TV show was like the actors actually had to like be having sex, no matter how long you like they did it, whether it was 20, 30-second windows or whatever. I mean, if you still didn't see anything, you just knew they were doing it. I mean, that probably wouldn't change anything. You'd have to see those extra bits and bobbins for you to get that like higher rating. It's not the idea, because the idea is like, even you don't just sit there and you're like, well, I know they're not actually having sex. Like he's wearing a wiener sock, or they're
if they throw a sheet over you that like basically gets rid of everything.
Yeah. But what
You're
I'm
like,
saying,
it's just implied.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the implication.
Yeah, because of the implication. I don't think these women want to. They don't know what they want. No, I'm just, but
Yeah. So
yeah. So you have
anyway,
to see.
I don't know where the fuck
extra
we
bits
even
and
came
bobbins
from
for sure.
anymore with this.
Yeah.
I was telling you about. I have no idea anymore.
And that's what we do on the show.
Oh, I was watching fucking the unrated version of Your Highness.
Because I think
Which
you
is
brought it up
just funny.
Because you said you didn't know what part of it was unrated.
Yeah, I said because I haven't seen the theatrical version in so long that I couldn't compare the two.
Maybe
I haven't seen it as often.
Maybe it was the Minotaur's wiener.
You see that when he cuts it off.
Yeah, but I said maybe that's what made it unrated, that you didn't see it originally in the theatrical version.
In the theatrical version, he's wearing it around his neck.
Okay. I was just my guess.
I'm saying.
How would you know? You just said you haven't seen it in a super long time.
I remember that scene. But what I'm saying, like, I've seen the Harry Potter movie so much that the extended cut versions, I'm like, this isn't in the original movie. Same with the Lord of the Rings. I'm like, this isn't in that part or whatever. Yeah. But, same thing. But this one I just hadn't seen enough where I'm like, I don't know what the difference is between this one and the unrated version. Anyway, what I was getting to was the fact that I've been watching a lot of D&D related stuff.
Give me kisses.
And that one, like, they go on a quest to save Prince Fabius's wife, or wife to be, who's played by James Franco, and his wife to be is played by
So
Zoe
it's
Deschanel.
just like his wife to be.
Zoe Deschanel. It's
James
super
Franco.
funny, but the movie is fucking hilarious. Anyway, so I watched that. I do want to watch on HBO Max, the Peacemaker show, as well as The Last Duel, with what's his name?
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck. I want to see that. I also want to watch Green Knight. But I watched I watched Quest for Camelot.
Which.
Quest for Camelot, which I haven't seen since I was a kid, and that movie was amazing. Quest for Camelot, which is has like Pierce Brosnan and a bunch of other big names like Gary Oldman, stuff like that. I don't know. It's a good movie. Has a lot of good songs in it. It's made by DreamWorks. DreamWorks used to make a lot of good movies with like a lot of good singing, but I feel like they went away from that and just not the. I don't know. I don't really like many of the Ice Age movies, but like Shrek is DreamWorks. I like that, and I remember like the Prince of Egypt. That movie was amazing, and Joseph King of Dreams. That was a good movie too, and they had good songs in that too. But anyway, I digress. There's just other movies that I want to watch. I've also been watching D&D stuff, Dimension 20. Anyway, so we've been talking about so much about movies and stuff. I wanted to do, I have no idea where we're at in time. Almost close to an hour. What I wanted to do was quiz you, Tito, since you quizzed me on the last podcast. And some of these, I don't know. So I'll just tell you. Basically, I want to read you a bunch of extremely famous one-liners from movies, and then I want you to name the movie. So I'm going to skip the ones that, like, for sure, there's no way in hell you know. But if there's movies that are super famous, and I'm like, I don't know if you've seen it or not, I'm just going to read it to you anyway. So here is the first one. And give it just a slight pause so that people at home can also play if they want. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. That's too long of a pause. Just like 2 seconds.
William Wallace shoots firebolts out of his eyes and thunderbolts out of his arse.
Lightning bolts. How would he shoot thunderbolts? You yourself said that thunder is a sound.
Is a what, Junior? Thunder is a what?
A sound.
Yeah, and what are farts? Sounds. So thunderbolts would actually make more sense than lightning bolts, but yes, you are correct. He does say lightning bolts. Yeah, it's from Braveheart.
Yes. All right. Let's see here. What else? Okay. I don't really understand how this is a one-liner, but all right. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you.
That's from Taken.
Yes.
You could try to do it more monotone. Don't like...
I'm trying to absolutely not say it at all like he does it.
Well, they could take our lives. Well,
Yeah.
they'll never take
I wasn't trying to do
our
any sort
freedom.
of Scottish accents. You complete me.
You had me at hello.
Same movie.
Is it really?
Same movie.
Is it is this at an airport that it happens to, or no?
Maybe, but I don't understand why that would matter.
I don't know, because this is an older movie. It's from the 90s, right? Or is it even older than that?
Yes, from the 90s.
Yeah, it's from the 90s.
Do you know who's in it?
Is it Molly Ringwald?
No.
No.
She was an 80s girl.
Yeah. Is Freddie Prinze Jr. in this?
No.
Okay, no. I don't know the movie. I mean, I probably know it, but I don't know it.
It's Tom Cruise and it's Jerry Maguire.
Oh, I haven't seen this movie.
I said I was going to tell you ones that you might not have seen, but they have very famous lines. I'm not even going to read you this one.
What did I... No. Do it anyways, because now that you said that, I want to know. But what did I say? You said you complete me, and then I said what? You were like...
You had me at hello.
Oh, it is from the same movie?
Yeah, pretty sure that's from the same exact movie.
You had me at Dick's fuck asshole.
There's so much. Like, this is, like I said, it's almost like not a one line. And also, like, the only thing... if I just read you the end, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance
in this life for the next.
Literally, it starts with, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north, general of the Felix legions, and loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius. And I was like, are you serious? There's so much, like, right at the very beginning.
If anything, the one-liner from that movie is, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? My name is Gladiator.
Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
That's from the original Planet of the Apes.
Yes, sir.
Because in the remake, I think they flip it, and I think it's just like an ape telling a human to get their hands off of him.
Mm.
The remake with Matt Damon, right?
Mark Wahlberg.
I didn't mind that one. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, but other people shit all over it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were like, oh my god, the original's way better than this.
Just kiss me. All right, but...
Just so damn ugly. All right. Chewie, we're home.
What? Chewie, we're home?
We're home.
Chewie? Is that Homeward Bound?
No. Chewie, we're home.
I don't know.
Oh my god. I thought this was
Chewie?
too easy. Who's called Chewie?
I don't know.
Tell you what, this creature speaks but doesn't speak anything we understand. Oh my god, Tito. It's fucking Chewbacca.
Oh!
Chewie.
Chewie. Okay, yeah.
We're home.
So it's from Star Wars.
Which one? It's be specific, Bob.
Be specific? I don't know. Is that from episode 7 when they first make it back to the Millennium
Yes.
Falcon? Okay.
Yes. It was when they first entered the Millennium Falcon again.
Joey! Why, what? Be specific, Bob.
So I'm going to read this one. I'm walking here. Because everybody knows that line. You've not seen this movie, and neither have I. But it already has been mentioned on the podcast.
Hey, I'm walking here. Old movie.
Mm-hmm.
90s.
No. Old movie.
Older than that?
I just told you. It's already been mentioned on the podcast.
Oh, today? Oh, shite. But neither one of us has seen it, but we mentioned it?
Nope.
I don't know.
It's from Midnight Cowboy,
Oh.
1969.
Wow.
That's said by Dustin Hoffman,
Oh, he's in Midnight
Captain
Cowboy.
Hook.
After all, what would the...
It was beauty that killed the beast.
That's from King Kong.
It is from King Kong.
From the original, or when Jack Black says it?
The original.
Okay.
I mean, it was obviously in the original.
'Twas beauty that killed the beast.
That's a funny one. They call it a Royale with cheese.
That's from... I think we literally just went over this a few episodes on the podcast ago. But that's from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You know what they call
A quarter pounder in France? They call it a Royale with cheese. It's from Pulp Fiction.
That's right before he shoots the dude in the backseat.
Yeah. They're here.
That's from Poltergeist?
Yes. I was
Yes.
going to say Poltergeist.
I was about to say Ghosts, and I'm like, no, it's not Ghosts. It's Poltergeist. That's the one where she just stares at the TV screen on the static channel. They're here.
See. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
You son of a bitch. I'm in. I don't know.
That's from a trilogy. It's older.
I don't know.
It's from The Godfather 3.
Does Al Pacino say that?
I do believe that's who says it.
And you really think the second one is better than the first one?
Yes. And I think a lot of people think that. Wax
Doesn't
on,
the second
wax
one
off.
take place like all in Italy though?
No. It jumps back and forth.
The second one's the one like I have almost no recollection of. I remember
one
the
with
first
Robert
one,
De Niro.
I remember the first one so well. How like the first one is so good. I don't understand that.
Well, you just said you don't have the recollection of the second one. You need to watch the second one again.
I feel like
I have
if it
all
was,
three of them.
I feel like if it was that good, I'd remember it.
I mean, not if you haven't. Not if
Listen,
you
I don't want my
them
brother
once.
walking out with just his dick in his hand. All right, here, take the gun by the tape. Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
Wax on, wax off.
That's not from. Also, only Marlon Brando's only in the first one.
Okay.
I
Robert De Niro's in the second one. Wax on, wax off.
Oh, that was the
Yes,
next
that
line.
was
you
the
were giving
next
me.
line.
I literally in my head, I'm like, that's not from The Godfather, Jr. God. Oh, why? That's just the Karate Kid.
Yes. I'm gonna throw a couple easy
Show
ones.
me sand the floor.
Other people might not know.
R.I.P. Mr. Miyagi.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Isn't that the name of the movie?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God, that movie's so good. Oh, dude, Robin Williams is so funny in that movie.
What is he?
He's a disc jockey, a DJ.
Oh. And what, he's working in Vietnam or what?
Yeah. He's an airman in Vietnam, and he runs the radio. And he's trying to do like all these comedy things. There's a bit of a love story involved too and stuff, but yeah, it's really funny.
Is it also sad because Vietnam? Or no?
Yeah, there's some sad moments.
Okay.
I mean, he's not on the front line. He's a fucking DJ.
Okay, I mean, I don't know, but I still assume like he's connecting people to. I have no idea what a DJ does. I don't know. I'm
A
not gonna pretend
DJ, a radio host, you jackass. Somebody who plays songs on the radio is called a DJ.
Oh, okay. I thought that was maybe just like a military term for what like, he does.
No, he's a disc jockey, a DJ.
What the hell is he doing in Vietnam then?
He works the radio and plays music for Americans. What, you don't think we listen to the radio?
But I'm assuming it's going on during the Vietnam War.
Yes. But he's in Vietnam. My precious.
Lord of the Rings.
Be specific, Bob. You don't actually hear him say that in Lord of the Rings. Well, in the first one, anyway.
You hear him say it in the second one.
Yes. It's alive. It's alive.
Frankenstein.
Yes. Go ahead. Make my day.
Is that from an action movie?
Yes, it is.
Is it Clint Eastwood?
Yes, it is.
Is it The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Nope. That is a Western.
That's not an action movie?
It's not considered. It'd be considered a Western. It's the other thing he's famous for.
Dirty Harry?
It is
It's
his
the
character,
other
Dirty
thing he's
Harry.
famous
It
for.
is his character, Dirty Harry, but that's in the name of the movie.
I don't know.
It's called Sudden Impact.
Oh.
I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
That is Goodfellas.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Yes,
No, the way to
yes,
tell the joke.
yes.
Hey, he's talking. You almost had me. Hey, you're a really funny guy. All right, that's it. Oh, Joe Pesci.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
That's from Wizard of Oz.
Yes. I told you to give a second.
Oh, sorry.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Terminator 2. I was elected to lead.
Judgment
to
Day.
read.
I'm having a friend over. I'm having an old friend for dinner.
That's from Silence of the Lambs.
Yes. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
I promise, Eddie, I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
If you build it, he will come.
If you build it, nerds will come. I don't know what the original's from. I just know that they revamped the phrase and changed a little in the Benchwarmers.
It's from Field of Dreams, which is a good movie.
It's a baseball movie.
It is a baseball movie. He builds a baseball diamond in a
Junkyard?
no.
No. Okay.
It's called Field of Dreams. He builds it in a field.
Oh.
And all these old dead baseball players start coming out of the corn and then they play baseball. It's pretty cool.
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
That just sounds like angels in the outfield.
No, because that actually are angels.
Because those are angels.
You scrub. Just keep swimming.
Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm. Mama says stupid is as stupid does.
Mama says stupid is as stupid does. Isn't that Forrest Gump?
Yeah. I am the king of the world.
Titanic.
Yes.
I thought he says I'm on top of the world.
No. And then there's that episode in The Office where Jim goes, I will bet my whole paycheck that Michael will do the thing from Titanic within the first 30 minutes. And as soon as like they get on the boat, Michael goes over and he goes, I'm the king of the world. Hilarious. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
I don't know.
That's from It's a Wonderful Life. Isn't that Christmas movie everybody watches? That black and white one. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Spoiler alert. I figured this out.
It's not a spoiler if you don't say it.
Yeah, that's true.
Just have to give the name of the movie.
It's The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
I'm Kaiser Soze! Actually, the movie, like...
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
We don't need no stinking badges.
That's another one that I skipped because you weren't going to know it.
I just know the line. I don't know this one either.
Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I don't know.
Back to the Future. They don't need roads because the DeLorean flies.
What?
I love the smell of napalm
DeLorean?
in the morning.
The DeLorean doesn't fly?
Yes, it does.
In the first one?
Yes, at the very end of the movie, the DeLorean flies.
Oh, I was about to say, because I was like, doesn't it just go into a wall and then they...
It doesn't go into a wall. If they hit 88 miles an hour, it just disappears.
Oh, yeah.
In time travels.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't remember it flying. They definitely drive it.
Yeah, at the very end, when they get back, when he comes back, he's like, "You're back, Doc. You're back from the future." And then he's like, "Come on, Marty, we gotta go. Your kids are in trouble." And then he was like, "But Doc, what about the roads?" And he goes, "Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads." Anyway, the next one is,
We're going back to the future.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
We Were Soldiers?
No.
It's a movie about Vietnam, though.
Yes. It's one that I wanted you to watch. It was part of my you watching movies and then you rating them. I actually bought it so that you could watch it. It's like a really big famous movie.
Oh, was it The Deer Hunter?
No.
Oh. That was
They don't
another
say
one about
that in
Vietnam. Oh, I don't know then.
Apocalypse Now.
That's about Vietnam?
Yes.
Oh.
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Do you? Punk. That's Dirty Harry.
That's Dirty Harry. Say hello
Did I
to
find
my little
5
friend.
Or 6 shots. That's from Tony Montana. Scarface.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
That's from The Godfather Part 1.
Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys.
That's from Dead Poet Society.
Mm-hmm.
Which I also haven't seen.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, aren't you?
Meet the Robinsons?
You idiot. No.
You don't know why that's funnier? Because Meet the Robinsons is an animated movie.
Yeah, I know what it is. I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
I don't know what movie that's from then.
It's Dustin Hoffman from The Graduate. That's an also super famous movie. I just watched it recently.
Is that the one where he's blind?
No.
No.
He doesn't play a blind man.
Oh, no.
You're talking about Rain Man.
Oh, yeah, this is true.
And that's with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is blind?
No.
No, Dustin Hoffman is.
No one's blind. Tom Cruise is his brother. Dustin Hoffman plays a mentally challenged man who's...
No, I'm not talking about Rain Man. There's a movie where I think Al Pacino is blind, and I just remember a scene.
I said Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, okay. Well,
what the fuck are you talking about?
I confused the two. Yeah, but then no. But then I was talking about Rain Man. Because you said you're thinking Rain Man.
Al Pacino, yes, Al Pacino is blind. That's called Scent of a Woman.
That's what it is. Yep.
That movie is awesome.
No. Who is the other person though?
The Robin.
Oh yeah,
Chris O'Donnell.
O'Donnell, yeah. Yeah.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
That's from Airplane.
I fucking love that movie.
Wow. Hey, you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No, I'm just a pilot. I think you're the greatest. My dad says you don't try hard on defense. The hell I don't, kid. Oh, that movie.
Here's Johnny.
The Shining.
There's no crying in baseball.
Is that from The Rookie?
No.
I don't know.
Technically, they're playing softball.
That's the one I was gonna guess, or that's the one I was thinking of, but I don't know the name of it.
Well, who's in it?
I don't.
Fucking big names are in this movie.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is the coach of the team.
Yeah. And then like
He's the one that delivers the line.
Yeah.
There's no crying in baseball.
I just remember the like pitcher is always chewing just like the fattest wad of gum.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
She's in it. I don't know if she's the pitcher. Anyway, the movie's called The League of Their Own.
Yeah. I don't remember that I've seen that.
Here's the line. You had me at hello.
You had me at hello.
Well, I gave you the name of the movie earlier.
Oh, when I was guessing for the other ones?
Well, when I said the other line, you said you had me at hello, and I said that's the same movie. And I gave you the name of the movie after you got it wrong.
Oh, so you're just repeating another line from the
Yeah,
the same movie?
there were some of them that had multiple one-liners.
Oh,
I just skipped
it's
them.
with Tom Hanks.
No,
Nope.
the other one.
No, wait.
Not Hanks.
I'm blanking.
There's only like two big.
Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's with Tom Cruise, and it's You Had Me at Hello. Something with a J?
Mm-hmm. The name of the movie is a name.
I was about to no, it's not Jersey, right?
No.
I was going to say Philadelphia, but I was like, no.
What's the name of
the Tom Hanks movie.
What's the name of that TikTok guy's duck?
Jerry?
Yeah.
It's called Jerry?
Maguire.
Oh,
Jerry Maguire.
Oh. What's that movie about?
Jerry Maguire, aka Tom Cruise, is a sports what's that thing I'm thinking of? A sports
Announcer?
No. God, agent. He's a sports agent.
Oh, okay.
And Cuba Gooding Jr. is in that movie. He's the guy that he's trying to like sign or whatever. But so there's like a lot of work stuff, but it's also like a love story. Houston, we have a problem.
Is that from Armageddon?
No. It's from another space movie.
I knew it was from a space movie. Is it Apollo?
Yeah.
11?
13. Apollo 13. To Infinity and Beyond.
And My Foot. To Infinity and My Foot. It's Toy Story.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
It's Die Hard.
Yes. You can't handle the truth.
God, I love that movie so much. A Few Good Men is so good. Along with
Yes.
The General's Daughter is also a fantastic movie.
I See Dead People.
I See Dead People. The Sixth Sense.
Yes. We'll always have Paris.
We'll always have. I don't know what this is from, but like people constantly always like you just say that now. Like whenever something's like ending, you could always. We'll always have whatever.
Think of it, dude. These are huge movies.
Casablanca.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Casablanca sounds like they would have been in like South America.
No. I'll have what she's having.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah, I told you all about this scene.
Is this when Harry met Polly?
Oh, god damn it.
What?
It's when Harry met Sally.
Sally, Polly, whatever.
You idiot. Come on. These movies are so goddamn famous. It's like, if you have the first half of it, how the fuck do you fuck it up on the last word?
Because, to be honest, I haven't seen it.
I know you haven't seen it, but this movie's so... It's like one of the... It's not Ben Stiller.
It's not Ben Stiller?
No.
Who is it then?
Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal.
What one am I thinking of then with Ben Stiller? I'm thinking of the one with Ben Stiller.
Something with a heart. It says something about heart. The Heartbreak Kid?
Not the Heartbreak Kid. It's the one where Ben Stiller gets...
There's something about Mary.
Something about Mary. That's what I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Which is going to be called something else.
It was?
Yeah. I don't remember what anymore, but it was going to be called something else, but they said no. Why so serious?
You don't know how I got these scars? It's from The Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm. Hello. My name is Enigno Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
The Princess Bride.
Yes.
That's a good movie.
I am your father.
Is that just Star Wars Episode 5?
Yes. The Empire Strikes Back. The first rule you don't talk about. I just skipped this shit.
It's Fight Club.
Yeah. It is Fight Club.
Also a fantastic movie.
You talking to me?
Who are you talking to? You sure you feel up to it, son? Isn't that also Clint Eastwood?
Nope.
Nope.
I told you I told you like not that long ago we were talking about this.
I don't remember.
It's from Taxi Driver. It's Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah. You did just tell me that recently. We were I don't know. I think I brought up Taxi Driver, and then you told me that was what the line was from. Yeah, sure you feel. It was literally, I think, on the last podcast.
Right, I think I'm just going to read yes. So, like, this was a top 100. And
Jesus!
I'm at number 6, because I've just been skipping a bunch.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm just going to read the top 5 now, whether or not you're going to know them, because of the top 5.
Okay, sounds good.
Toto. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
I mean, even just Toto. It's not even necessarily a one-liner, but I'd be like, oh, that's the Wizard of Oz. That's another one.
May the Force be with you.
Star Wars.
That's just the first one.
Toto and May the Force be with you was the first one?
No.
Oh.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
That's from Jaws.
Jaws. Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at you, kid. I don't know.
That's also from Casablanca.
Oh.
And the last one. Frankly, my dear, I
don't
don't give a damn.
I know the line, but I don't know the movie.
It's an old movie, too.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Over the give a damn.
That is from Gone with the Wind, 1939.
Oh.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That's the number 1.
Anytime you see someone getting picked on, I'll be there. The Grapes of Wrath.
Oh, here's a fun little fact. There was fun facts for a lot of these, but 2 months before the movie's release, censors demanded that the word damn be dropped. Producers came up with 22 variations of the line, including, frankly, my dear, I don't give a whoop. Before the censors relented and allowed the damn to stay.
I don't give a hoot.
Imagine if it would have been something like that. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a whoop.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's like, and we've always said that, especially even like in TV shows. It's just like to think that you have all these like adult shows, and it's just like they're not swearing. They're swearing. Come on, they're swearing.
Yeah.
All right, but that's all the time we got for the show, guys.
You did pretty well. I think you only really missed like maybe 5 or 6 out of, I don't know how many exactly I ended up giving you at the end. Probably somewhere in the 20s. But yeah, you did pretty good. Did pretty good. Like I said, I did skip a whole bunch of them. I'm like, they were a lot from the same movie, and I'm like, these are just as easy to know. But yeah, that's it for this week. It's getting dark. I mean, yeah, we could just do just a bunch of like one-liner and quotes from tons of movies that we know. Which we already do that anyway.
Little Yeller out.
Tell Scott I
Tell him I won't be making it home for Christmas.
Tell Scott I do give a damn. Anyway, you love me. You really love me. That's all the time we have for this episode. Tito, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at BanditoTito93, guys. Feel free to @ me or just message me. I'd love to hear from you guys. What about you, Junior?
You guys can also send me a DM at pops.maniac as well as nerdy.bros.inc on Instagram. Yeah, let us know what you guys like about the show, what you don't like about the show. Let us know what you guys would like to hear us talk about or talk more about. We'd love to hear from you guys. As always, merch in the store. Just because Christmas is over doesn't mean you can't still get gifts for your loved ones. You can't buy this sweater that I'm wearing, but you can buy a hoodie on with our logo on it. So check us out, guys. But with that being said, have a good week, guys.
Okay, guys. Bye.